Hey guys, it's Ashley and welcome to day one of the stay home reading rush. It's currently 1 o'clock. I was going to start vlogging earlier this morning, but I had to work out, take a shower, do my job, and that was all boring. So we're starting now. Hello, how are you? I posted a TBR video. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm gonna talk about my TBR right now and what the reading challenges are, and we'll just get started. I'm gonna set up my camera though so I don't have to hold it. That's not that cool. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. It's still kind of weird. Okay, hold up. Should I just like crouch? Crouch like this. I love vlogs because in normal videos, you guys don't get to see how much of a hot mess I am because I edit it all out. So in vlogs, you get to see the hot mess that is me. It's a great time. So once again, for those who did not watch my TBR video, just to get us started here, the first challenge is to read a book with a house on the cover. And so for this, I am rereading Nevermore, which is one of my favorite middle grades of all time. If you know me, you know this, so here we are. Also, it was one of the only books that has a house on the cover. Do you see it? It's like that. I'm gonna call it a house. And then in addition to that, one of the other challenges is read a book set somewhere you wish you could go. So for this, I'm gonna read the second book that I haven't picked up yet, Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend. It's the sequel to Nevermore that I haven't read, so I'm really excited. Also, I realized that these are kind of thick books to read for a 4-day readathon, but we're just gonna do our best, and we're just gonna try, and we'll just see what happens, okay? So then, there are 2 more challenges, and... What? I'm vlogging.
Okay, come here for a second.
Yeah.
Should I keep this?
So then after that, there are 2 more challenges, and both of those I'm going to read on my Kindle. So one of them, my phone almost died. One of them was read a book in the same room the whole time, which I am reading The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson, which is the 3rd book in the Truly Devious series. And the next one is read a book that will make you smile. And for that, I'm picking The Upside of Falling by Alex Light, which is a really light, fluffy contemporary. So those are my plans. Wish me luck, especially because I had to take half of the first day to just do my work, but I did work ahead, so I don't have anything to do tomorrow. So I planned this out really well, and we're just gonna get started. Also, it's about to really storm outside, so this is perfect reading weather. It's like they knew that I was doing this today. It's like the world knew. The world was like, Ashley needs to read, so let's just storm like a bitch outside. Here for an update called I definitely left my room since the last time I talked to you, which just doesn't seem like that because I'm still in my room. Just go with it. So, since last talking to you at 1 o'clock, it is now 5 o'clock. I'm still reading Nevermore, but honestly, I'm kind of thinking that I will do something I've never done during a readathon before and start another book and be in between 1 or 2 books at a time, just to give myself some sort of change, especially because this is a reread, so it's all stuff that I already know. And it's not that I'm getting bored by it because there's so much that I realized I forgot in this book, but just to spice things up a little bit. So honestly, I might start The Upside of Falling. We'll see what happens. Anyway. So Nevermore though. I'm currently on page 125. I was actually only reading for I think maybe 2 hours, and then I actually just went to the grocery store because I was getting so being inside so much, so I had to leave. Basically, the only thing that's happened in this story so far, Morgan and Jupiter are both in Nevermore, and she's still learning about this weird upside down world, and the more that I'm reading it, the more that I'm reminded about how much I love this story. There's so much humor in it and so many things to feel good and laugh about. Jupiter's character is so funny. All of his lines are so funny. There's a vampire dwarf, there's something called a Magnificat, which is just a giant cat that talks. It's literally an upside down version of Wonderland, but it's the Nevermore version of Wonderland. There's one scene in the very beginning when Morrigan just first gets to Nevermore. Jupiter gifts her an umbrella and they all take steps off the balcony, or not off the balcony, but off the roof of the building, and they like flutter down 13 floors with the umbrella, and that's just like the perfect opening scene to the world of Nevermore for me. I genuinely like could not think of a better scene. Hi. Somebody came to join me. Hi. I think I'm gonna start a different book now and come back to this one, even though I should probably keep reading this one because it's the biggest book, but we're gonna do things a little differently, okay? So I have officially made it to my official vlogging location. Hello. You know how many pages I managed to read since the last time I talked to you this evening? None. No pages read. So total for day one is like 125 pages. I'm not doing that well, but you know what? It's not about the number of pages you read. It's about how much you enjoy what you're reading and what you're doing. And for me, I'm thoroughly enjoying talking about how much I'm failing at this readathon. No, but what I did manage to do was buy The Upside of Falling on my Kindle. So I'm gonna start that right now and probably fall asleep while reading it. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna try my best to read a little bit of this tonight. But like I said, I'm already pretty tired, so we'll see what happens. I should probably go to sleep, but instead I'm going to update you very quickly. I have to wait until my brother stops peeing before I can update you, because it's late and it would be really weird if I was talking to myself in this room and he heard me from the bathroom. Fuck it, I'll update you tomorrow. So it looks like today is just going to be filled with this. Which is fun. Love constant updates about the virus and how people aren't following the rules. Anyway, okay, it's like 11:15 right now. Got up, worked out, took a shower. Now it's time to read. So, like I said last night, I downloaded The Upside of Falling on my Kindle, and what I didn't know before going into it was that the author became like well known on Wattpad, which is known for some types of books, at least back when I was reading it when I was younger. So as I'm reading it, I can like see where it would have been super popular on Wattpad. It's very cliche, but it's really fun to read, right? So it's like you look down the page and you see something that's like super cliche. Like the main character is talking to the girl who used to be her best friend and is now super popular and doesn't want anything to do with the main character anymore. She's like, what do you know about love? You're not even in a relationship. And then the main character's like, yes I am, and lies about it. And she's like, oh yeah, with who? And then, you know, the guy swings around and he goes, with me, and puts his arm around her, and she's like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, why the hell am I reading this? But it's so addictive that you can't stop, even though you know it's just so overdone. But I'm still really loving it, and of course I'm gonna keep reading it because I gotta know what's gonna happen in this cliche fake dating Wattpad story. I guess I probably should have muted the COVID-19 response thing in the background, but oh my god, there's a hair in my mouth now. Also, my breakfast, hee hee hee, my book, hee hee hee, my face, hee hee hee. Day number 32 of quarantine.
I can't go that fast though. Wait, I can stop and then I turn around.
One of us is learning how to roller skate. The other of us is learning how to play a ukulele. We've really run out of things to do.
Also learning how to play the guitar.
So me and Cody will start a band and you just roller skate in the background of our music video. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, not in the music video. I'm on the stage, baby. I am the performer.
Why every time I try to start vlogging, does somebody come next to me as they're... I went outside to vlog and Cody and Dad drove up on the Polaris. I try to vlog inside and Amanda walks out of her room. Mom, I can't win today. You're not even listening to me. Oh my god, it's never ending. Yes!
Hello, can I join your vlog?
You have to sit like this though. What's happening? Are you just gonna stretch? Or are we all joining in? Just
sit
sit in the
here.
middle. Oh. Hi. Hi. How's it going?
I'm good.
You read any good books lately?
No. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm reading a really good book. I'm reading Jenny Slate's memoir.
I don't know what that is.
You know who Jenny Slate is?
Who's
She was
Jenny
in
Slate?
Parks and Rec, and she's like one of the most amazing women comedians in the biz.
Who's Jenny Slate?
John Ralphio's sister.
That's her?
Yes! Oh, Jewish queen.
Oh my god.
I love her. No, I'm reading her memoir right now and it's really amazing. It's just like a bunch of her essays and journals.
I
She
really
sticks
love
to
that
memoir.
this is just like front and center. Sponsored by. He's so cute.
Do you love him?
I do.
Do you love him though?
I love all of the memes with Joe Biden and Obama. Gross. Ah! Ah!
This is terrifying. I know it's a monkey, but
I'm gonna stop now. I feel like I've been doing nothing but reading all day. Oh my god. It's about midnight right now, so hello. Earlier when I tried to update you, my sister and brother got in the way, so this is my chance, my opportunity, and hopefully Amanda's not in the room across the hall listening to everything that I say in the middle of the night. Readathon update though. So I actually ended up finishing both books today. So technically this peace sign is not really a peace sign, it's the number of books that I've finished. Okay, first things first, The Upside of Falling. I finished it, I started it last night at like 11 o'clock and I finished it today at like 2:30, so definitely flew through that one. It was just like I thought it was gonna be, a super easy, light, fluffy contemporary. There were times when it got a little deeper than I was expecting, but I still really enjoyed it. So there's that. It was a nice, easy, fun read. And then I just finished my reread of Nevermore, which is, it was so much better than the first time that I read it. I love it so much. You know when you like reread a story and you know what's gonna happen at the end, so it's like you're catching all of the little bits and pieces that the author's thrown into the actual story to like not only foreshadow, but just to like make you like sort of get toward the end before the end really comes. That's how I felt rereading this story, and it was just so good. I love it so much. If you haven't read Nevermore, like, please read Nevermore. So I'm really excited to start Wondersmith, which is the second book to Nevermore, tomorrow. And then also, I still have The Hand on the Wall to read, and that was the one that I was going to do for a book you read in the same place the whole time, because it definitely would not fall into the category of a book set in a place you wish you could live, because God only knows I would never in my life live at that boarding school. I don't want to deal with any murders, okay? I really wasn't expecting to finish both of those books today because I didn't do much reading on Thursday when this thing started, and hot damn if I didn't surprise myself. Oh my god, you guys, I had the weirdest dream last night and I felt like I wanted to share it with you because I haven't read anything yet, so there's nothing else to talk about. So here's my dream. Basically me and a couple of other booktubers were in it, and we all got invited on like a sponsored trip to Guy Fieri's new hotel, which doesn't exist, by the way, only in my dreams. We got invited to his hotel, and then we went in and we got our rooms, and it was me and somebody else, and we were like looking around. We were like, oh my god, are they gonna come get us for the next part? Do we go down? Like, what do we do? And then we looked out the window and we saw a couple of other booktubers walking out, and they were like dressed to the nines, like heels, dresses, everything, and we were like, oh my god, we're wearing jeans, what do we do? And then I was having such an anxiety attack that I woke up. That's where my head is at. Anyway, I'm gonna start reading Wondersmith today. Maybe I'll bake something. Maybe you'll get like an impromptu booking and cooking thing without it being like a full ass episode. And yeah, I think tomorrow we're gonna tie-dye some stuff, so I might film that. Would you like to say anything to the vlog? Okay, goodbye. I'm not really sure what happened, but today went from being a really great day to a really not so good day in my head. So I started reading Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow, and it's really good so far. I started reading it outside this morning. I don't think I'm making as like fast progress as I did with Nevermore, but that's just because I was rereading Nevermore and I already knew what was gonna happen, so I didn't need to like focus on every single line and like every detail and stuff like that like I do with this one because I haven't read it yet. I'm on page almost 215. I'm on page 212, so I'm not even halfway through the book though. So I feel like this is definitely going to be either the book that I don't finish, or I'm just gonna finish like 3 books for the reading rush rather than all 4, which is fine. I don't mind. And then I ended up leaving the house for just a couple minutes and came back, and I don't know, my brain just went from being like, oh my god, yeah, give me all of the words, let me do all of the things, to like, I don't want to do absolutely anything at all right now. I ended up just crashing in my room and I went to sleep. And now it's like, I don't even know what the hell time it is, and I really want pancakes. So I might make pancakes. I'm really feeling the problems that come with being stuck in a house with 5 people for a month and a half. And not leaving but twice. I don't know if anybody else is struggling with this right now, since we're in quarantine all together. Now's one of those times when I really wish that everybody would just leave the house like they used to. How is your quarantine going? Like, for real? Are you having any issues? Okay, I think it's time to end this clip now. Bye. Hello, it is I, Ashley, a couple hours later, and I have had my pancakes, and instead of reading, I've decided to rewatch Once Upon a Time, but only the first couple seasons, because after that it goes very downhill. Reading rush is going great so far. No, just kidding. I actually did read like another 100 pages of Wondersmith, and then I just decided, you know what, I need a break. I need a little bit of a break, so I'm gonna watch this for like an hour, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again. Do you guys have those like guilty pleasure shows that you like know are really bad, and like the CGI and some of the acting and the characters and like the plot, like everything about it is just like on some sort of level of like, this is not great, but you can't stop watching it. That's how I feel about this show. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna keep watching and catch you tomorrow when I finally actually do some of the things that I had planned to do throughout the whole vlog and have yet to do. Yay. Ignore my weird looking hair, but hello. So reading wise, I decided last night that I was only going to be able to finish Wondersmith, which is the book that I'm in the middle of. So I'm about 100 pages out from being done with it. So I'm excited about that. But I took a break from reading so that we could tie-dye. So I'm excited. We've had this tie-dye kit for a while and we keep putting it off, and now we're finally doing it.
Probably looks like I'm not wearing pants, but
You're
whatever.
not wearing pants.
I'm wearing a
not
bathing
either.
suit bottoms, okay? Don't come after me.
Actually, I'm wearing a full-on bathing suit, so.
We have a beautiful array of tie-dye. Wow, thanks. For the third time, we have a beautiful array of tie-dyed things here. Now that I'm thoroughly sweaty and gross from having been outside in the heat and tie-dyeing for like 30 minutes, let me talk to you about Wondersmith. I'm really loving this book. It's so cute. If Nevermore was like cute, this is 1,000 times funnier, cuter. Like, the story is just as good, but the details in it are so funny. It's so funny. And it's just like, it's like in the Percy Jackson books, if you've read those, where just a character just says the most random shit and it's so funny in the moment. So love this book. I think I have less than 100 pages left, so I'm really excited to finish it. My camera's about to die, so I'm gonna charge it while I do that, and we're planning on what we're eating for dinner, and also I'm probably gonna take a shower because I'm super sweaty, like I said, but the end of the reading rush is nigh, and yeah. We'll see what happens. So it's currently Monday. The stay home reading rush ended yesterday, and I want to share with you my stats and wrap up this vlog and do all of the fun things. So let's get started. I don't usually have my bangs up like this in videos because I hate it, but I worked out this morning and haven't been able to take a shower yet because I'm being gross today. So ignore that also. Okay, my official stay home reading rush stats are as follows. I read 3 whole books in the past 4 days. I read Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. I read Wondersmith, the sequel by Jessica Townsend, and I read The Upside of Falling by Alex White. 2 of those are middle grade fantasies. 1 of those is a young adult contemporary romance. 1 of those books was a reread for me. 2 of those books were brand new books for me. And in total, I read 1,270 pages in the past 4 days. Obviously, I loved my reread of Nevernight. Nevernight is one of my favorite books, and just rereading it solidified that fact in my mind. It is one of my favorite books. It's going on like my favorite bookshelf. Like, it's genuinely puts a smile on my face every time I read it. And the sequel, I was really surprised by. First of all, I don't know how many books this series is going to be. I really don't want to look it up just so I'm like kind of surprised by the end of it, because I thought in my head for some reason I had it that it was a trilogy. But after reading that second book, I'm like, how is this going to be a trilogy? It feels like it hasn't been like remotely wrapped up yet. So I'm really excited. If it is a trilogy, that's fine. If it's more than that, that's better than fine. So we'll see what happens, but I actually don't want to look that up. So if you tell me in the comments, I don't care, but I'm not gonna go looking for the information. But anyway, Wondersmith really blew me away. Much of the book was actually a lot slower in pace for me than the first book, just because she was in like classes a lot of the time, and so she wasn't like moving around as much as she did in the first book, but there was something about it that still made me want to keep going. Like, despite the fact that it was a much slower pace than the first book, I was still like so invested in the story, and it was 100% a 5-star read by the end of the book. The end of the book was so good. It was so good. The Upside of Falling, I really did enjoy. Like I said in one of my earlier clips, it was just a typical YA romance. It was a cute, cheesy, cliche story that I read really quickly. I think I read it in total in like 5 hours maybe, and that's it. I know I said in my TBR that I wanted to get to the hand on the wall, and I'm sad that I didn't, but I know that I'm going to get to it eventually. I think I'm putting it off because I don't want it to end, so we'll just see how much longer I can continue putting it off. I think that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with my boring, uneventful vlog. If you've made it this far in the vlog, please let me know what your reading rush stats were down below, either the number of books you read, the number of pages you read, anything like that. Let me know how your readathon went. So I think that is going to be everything for this video. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, all of my links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, like I already said, and I will catch you later. Goodbye!